Hello, welcome back to Virtue's Last Reward. I'm so eager to carry on with this story and see what's gonna happen. It drove me mad where it ended with Tenmyoji's storyline. I need answers to what we were talking about, and it just gave me a frickin' to be continued. How dare it? So I need to continue, and I'm also really interested to see what happens with Dio. The lock for the door. Right now it says lock. You guys ready? I'm gonna guess there's gonna be a few story sections now, because we've done the escape room, so we'll see. Yeah, let's do it. Just get it over with. I mean, he's been pretty helpful, to be fair, but he's just a bit of a twat, isn't he? 3, 2, 1. Yay! Master of Escapology. Hells yeah.
Hey, hold on a minute. There's something... Nah, I guess there's a couple of things I want to double check.
Okay.
Well, one of them's not really significant, I guess.
So just before he starts talking, like, he is always the person that goes and starts the game before people are even in the room. And that's sus, you know? Like, you can at least just wait for people to be ready. Why does he have to go and do that? So I want to know if that happens in this, like, because he's with us, I want to know if that happens or not. And if so, why, and stuff like this. So, well, oh yeah, he's just said that.
Huh?
First off, this machine. We didn't even end up using this thing, did we?
We didn't. Yeah.
I was just wondering what it was.
Well, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to answer that. What is it? Look at the side here. There's a name or something. IG replicator. Is that like that? Them antibodies?
Replicator makes it sound like it makes copies of stuff.
Is this where they make a cure? I'm gonna guess. So it's like a copy machine. Do you think if we put the cure in there, it will make more cure?
Yeah. Probably copies IG, whatever that is.
IG, immunoglobulin or something like that. We got it in a different room, right? Any ideas?
Who knows? Ice cream by the gallon?
Of course. This machine must be here so we can just make all the ice cream we want. Are you nuts? You're one idiotic girl, do you know that? In other words, an IG. Oh, wow.
Oh, good one.
Hey, this isn't the time for stupid jokes.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a point.
There's a helpless child back there in the infirmary who needs our help.
Why is he so bothered now? He wasn't bothered before. we're so ashamed. He was right, of course. I hung my head in shame.
At any rate, as long as we don't know what IG means, we can't do anything with this machine, right?
We do know what IG means. I've got the note.
That's right.
Makes sense. On to the second issue. Sigma, you found a journal and some sort of vial in the safe, right?
Yeah.
The vial. Could you show it to me again?
Why?
I didn't really get a good look at it before. You guys were in there so close I could barely see it. Was it really Accelavir?
Accelavir? Pretty sure that's not what I was calling it. As I spoke, I pulled the vial out of my pocket. Accelavir. Accelavir. L. Focus on the L. Accelavir. There we go.
You really are an idiot.
Yep. Why? No way. I was far too eager to agree with that. Huh?
Although I guess in this case the G in IG stands for guy.
What? I don't... The words were barely out of my mouth when he moved. Before I could blink, the vial disappeared from my hand. Hey, what gives?
What are you doing?
Dio slipped the vial quickly into his coat.
Oh, don't worry. I'll keep it safe. I'll even give it back to you later.
What the heck? No, not later. Give it back now.
I don't think so. If you want it back, you're gonna have to listen to my request.
Oh, okay.
Request?
What kind of request?
Yeah, that's what I said. If you want this back, in the next AB game, you have to choose ally.
Oh! Oh no. Wait, is that why you took the medicine to blackmail me?
That's horrible! You're using Quark's life as leverage!
Well, I've got some really good reasons to do so.
Okay. Because, ooh. Oh, that's brilliant. Because I was obviously gonna choose betray. The thing is, we are at 1 BP as well, right? So, if I feel like he's just guaranteeing that we're gonna ally, I don't think he'll betray us if he knows we're gonna ally, right? Maybe?
I'll be happy to give it back if you just do what I say.
The thing is, we could tell everyone, but maybe he would already be in the room. Ooh. I didn't realize until they started to hurt that I'd curled my hands into fists. If Dio would only give me an opening, just do it.
I wouldn't try and take it back by force if I were you. You make any sudden moves and I'll smash it.
Ooh, I told her he's a twat. But he said he's got good reasons. And I feel like if I know anything, usually, that's gonna mean something. He patted his pocket gently.
Oh, and one more thing. Don't tell those other idiots that you found some Excelavir in here. I hear one word about it, and the next thing you hear will be little bits of glass shattering on the floor.
But I feel like you could still tell people in secret and then ambush him. Damn it.
That's not fair.
This game isn't about compassion. It's not about being clever. It's about one thing. How well you can manipulate people to your advantage. How unfair you can be.
Really?
So, what are you gonna do? Ready to promise me you'll pick ally?
Fuck. Okay, so what I love about this game is how it keeps fucking taking my expectations and just throwing them out the window. I'm gonna have to. Fine. I promise.
Sigma!
Oh my.
Oh, I knew you'd say it eventually.
That's an evil laugh, if I ever heard one.
I'm glad you understand how this works. But don't think about trying anything funny. Break your promise and, well, you know what happens.
I want to punch him.
See you chumps later. I'm really looking forward to the next round.
With one last self-satisfied chuckle, Dio strutted out of the room.
Are you really going to do what he says?
Yeah.
Sigma, you've only got 1 BP right now. If we choose ally and he chooses betray...
We'll die! I know. I'll drop to -1, and that means I'll get penalized.
But that means
Look, it's not like I want to, alright? If we don't do as he says, then he'll destroy the medicine. If he does that, then Quark will...
So you're going to die to save his life? That's...
We might not die.
Why would you do that?
I think he's just trying to make sure that we ally, that's all. He's betrayed every other time, so it was obvious that we were going to betray too. They had to spin that around, right? But I don't think he'll kill... Well, he tried to with Fi and Luna, but he probably didn't have any leverage over them. In all honesty, I was terrified. My choice was far from a foregone conclusion. Well, we should get back to the upper floor. Everybody else is probably finished already. I bet they're waiting for us. I didn't wait for Clover's response. Can't believe it. I was so ready to just log back onto this game and betray the shit out of Dio. Oh, I love the curveballs. Well, we haven't heard the announcement yet for the game's beginning. Trying to remember if I could feel any tension any of the other times when he'd been with other people, but the Q never got mentioned, and in fact half the time it got brought up, it got found, but I guess he maybe wasn't in the room. But then, oh, I don't know. Like, now I'm thinking about when he was a pair with Quark, like, was he...
An ambidex gate has been opened.
Here's the announcement.
45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
Yeah, when he was a pair with Quark and he was saying it wasn't me, it was him. But that makes it even more look like it was him now, because he's like, yeah, this game is about manipulation. You gotta be good at it.
Sorry. I went ahead and cracked it open a bit early.
Motherfucker. Dio. In one of his hands was a moon key. He twirled it around like a veteran gambler, grinned, and slid it back into his pocket.
You don't mind, right? I figured you and Clover would get up here right away. And besides, I thought it'd be best to get this done soon before you lose your nerve. I don't know about you. I'm really looking forward to the next round.
Ugh. The thing is, right, if he kills us, he won't, because then he won't have any leverage over anyone. He wants us to get through. Right? I glanced around the warehouse. Alice and Kay were back. As was Fi. And of course Clover. Where's Tenmyoji and the rest of them?
They're in the infirmary.
We carried Quark to one of the beds. Tenmyoji and Luna are looking after him.
I see.
How's he doing?
Well, it's hard to say. He seems to be sleeping soundly, but beyond that, there's really no way to know.
No change then, huh?
Right. So what was your room, Sigma?
A laboratory.
Is that so?
Did it look like the kind of place where they'd be researching viruses and DNA and those kinds of things?
It did.
Yeah, it did.
Was there any of that Accelavir?
There was.
Don't tell those other idiots that you found some Accelavir here. I hear one word about it, and the next thing you hear will be little bits of glass shattering on the floor.
The thing is, it's just a threat. If he actually did that, then what? People would just kill him? My eyes flicked to Dio for a moment. No, nothing. Because like as soon as he has smashed that vial, he's got nothing. Beside me, Clover bit her lip.
I see.
So how'd it go with you? Find anything interesting? Vi only shook her head. With a unison of movement that almost looked choreographed, Alison Kay shrugged.
Where does that leave us? We've still got about 40 minutes left until voting ends.
What are you gonna do?
I'm a little curious about that lab you found. I thought I might go take a peek at it.
I'll show you the way then.
Good idea.
That would be wonderful.
I think I'll go have a look at the room Alice Kay and Tenmyoji found. Never know. Maybe you missed something. Perhaps there's some Excelavir hidden somewhere in there.
What a bastard.
Then I shall take you there.
What about you two? Where are you going?
Well, I think I'll start by heading over to the infirmary to see how Quark's doing.
Then I will too.
Glad that's settled.
She nodded to Clover and they disappeared through the magenta door. Dio and Kay followed a few footsteps behind. Okay then. Guess we should be going too.
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Show me that journal first. Dio told me about it. You wouldn't tell me anything about the lab except that you found a journal with, his words, some sort of bullshit language.
Okay.
You said you had it, so I was hoping I could take a look.
Yeah? One sec. I took the journal out of my pocket and handed it to Fi. She began to flip through the pages, her eyes quickly scanning each one.
This is Latin.
Oh, goody! Latin? You mean you can read it?
Yeah, with time and a dictionary.
Oh. So in other words, no.
Pardon me for not being able to translate a dead language on the fly. This looks like some kind of research log.
Disappointment, Fi. Disappointment.
It's not gonna be some sort of, I took the dog for a walk today. It was nice kind of stuff.
No, okay.
I can understand a little of it, mostly conjunctions and things like that. But most of these words I've never even seen before.
Fi started to leaf through the book again as she spoke. Then suddenly she stopped.
Wait. I can read this one. Page 216. This isn't research notes. It looks like a personal entry.
What's it say?
Don't rush me.
Alright, thought you said you could read it.
This is gonna take a minute.
The suspense.
Interesting. Alright, I think I got it. It looks like they're talking about Radical 6.
Okay. What? Why are they talking about that?
Not sure. Let me read it to you. Keep in mind I'm paraphrasing.
When the body is infected with Radical 6, the processing speed of the brain is reduced. If we assume the brain currently operates on a 1-to-1 basis with regards to time, then Radical 6 reduces this to 1/116th. Whoa, no, 6. Hold on. Or approximately 1 to 0.408. So remember when we were talking in the infirmary and Quark was like, couldn't understand what you were saying because, like, I don't know if you said you were talking too fast or something like that. This means that for each second that passes outside, the patient feels that only 0.48 seconds of 408 seconds have passed inside. So, like, just a bit less than half. Therefore, when 1 second has passed inside, approximately 2.45 seconds have passed outside. In other words, when 10 seconds have passed in the real world, a patient infected with Radical 6 would feel as if only 4 seconds had passed. Right, so they're feeling it slower. Time is going too quick for them, right? This is why the virus has been termed Radical 6. Radical is another term for what is also known as the root operation, the function inverse to the taking of a power. In a less mathematical sense, it can also be used to refer to something that is extreme or severe. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide. The exact cause of this is unclear, and although there is as of yet no direct link between suicidal urges and the reduction in mental processing speed, many believe they are not unrelated. Yeah. Those infected with Radical 6 perceive the world to be moving at a fever pitch, as if it were a video cassette being fast forwarded. For instance, although the patient believes that only 10 seconds have passed, in fact 24.5 seconds have passed. Given this increased speed of input, maintaining the ability to observe and reason would become a Herculean task. One theory holds that the disparity in time perception causes the brain to be flooded with massive amounts of information. Unable to keep up, it begins to fail. Whatever the cause, the infected invariably attempt to take their own lives, which is arguably the most terrifying aspect of this virus. Research suggests that a targeted antiviral could kill or at least disable Radical 6, but we have been unable to develop one. It seems our best hope now is to harvest antibodies from someone with a natural immunity to the virus. Thus far, however, we have been unable to locate a suitable subject, so I have continued my efforts to discover an alternate means of treatment. Given my current rate of progress, I predict that I will have a workable treatment within a decade or two. It is my fervent hope that humanity will be able to survive that long. The bodies of those dead from suicide are piled up along the roads leading into and out of town. The entire area reeks with the stench of decay, and the sky is filled with the constant buzzing of flies. At times, their swarms are so thick that when one passes, it feels as if a cloud has gone over the sun. Every day I see more crows, and rats are everywhere, feeding on the dead. Ironically, the only healthy-looking creatures are the stray cats who have grown fat on a plentiful rodent diet. The few humans who survived the outbreak have been locked away by the government in underground shelters. I don't know how many were saved, but I fear only a handful. Their survival is the only hope that remains for the human race. Oh Lord, please. Let their future be a bright one. Wow. That's cool. Whoa, that's a lot of information. That's really cool. So we finally got some information about the actual virus. It slows down how a person perceives time. Which, like, half a second to a second doesn't sound too bad, but when you scale it up to days, like, wait, how does that scale? So like half a day, no, a full day would feel like, no. This is where my brain gets muddled up. Half a day would feel like a full day. Or is that the wrong way around? I'm not sure. Now we know what the virus does to you, though. If you get infected, your brain slows down by the root of 1/6. And that's, what, about 40%?
That isn't the important part. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide.
Well, I've seen that. Yeah, you're right. That would explain why Quark was, well, trying to kill himself. Also, is this the proof we need to prove that Alice killed herself?
There are 2 other things in here that worry me.
Also, this is more evidence that things have happened, like in real life. Like he's talking, it's already happened, and then he's saying that people that have survived the outbreak are in underground shelters and stuff.
First, the part about how they haven't managed to develop a treatment for it yet.
Yeah, and that's like almost as if it's from the past then, because we know there's a treatment.
What do you make of that?
What am I supposed to make of it? Maybe they just hadn't found one when this journal was written. I mean, from what we know, there's a drug called Axelavir that cures it.
Exactly.
What is time?
But in the journal it says it might take 20 years to make something like that.
Hold on a second. I'm getting confused. When was this thing even written?
December 29th.
Of, yeah.
No year.
No, yeah, okay. Well, there's no way it was written this year.
Yeah, probably not. Anyway, moving on.
Well, that would mean it was written in the future, but... Oh my god.
The second concern I have is about the underground shelters it mentions. The newspaper article said something about quarantining people, too. After we read it, we all thought the same thing. What if this was one of those quarantine facilities?
It kind of feels like one.
But this journal seems to suggest the opposite. The few humans who survived the outbreak have been locked away by the government in underground shelters.
You're trying to say that this place might be one of those underground shelters, which would mean we're all supposed to be uninfected. We would have been thrown in here to keep us safe. Yeah, I feel like this is like... Again, it goes back to my theory that like the world has all died or something and we're here to like fix it, but I don't understand how, because where are we in time?
Yeah. I mean, there's no way to say for sure at this point, but it seems possible.
But Quark's being infected, right?
Then maybe the virus got in somehow.
That would be bad.
Just think about it for a minute. If this is one of those shelters, a lot of things start to make sense. Maybe we've been here for a long time. Like, maybe they put us to sleep somehow. Made us sleep for years, maybe even decades. While we were sleeping, the pandemic that the newspaper article talked about happened. And whoever had this journal made this entry.
Okay, but there was only 3 pods, right? So that would have made it only 3 of us. And then why would they kidnap us the way that they did? When this happened before, like the virus wasn't even a thing when we got kidnapped, right? Or at least we didn't know it was a thing. And then why would they wake us up to a nonary game? And then once the antiviral treatment was finished, they woke us up?
Right. It's all just speculation, but...
No, that doesn't make sense. I mean, it seems like a pretty plausible scenario, but we were all captured before the pandemic started, right?
Yeah.
And how would they have put us to sleep for that long? How would they have known to do that? But most importantly, why the hell are we playing the Nonary game if the point of this place is to save us? Wow, once again, me and Sigma are on the same wavelength. Throwing a bunch of people into a game that might kill them is a pretty weird way to protect them from a pandemic. But it's like... I'm not sure. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right.
See?
We don't have enough information to make any real conclusions.
Yeah.
I think we should see if we can find anything else.
Yeah. So many threads. Not forgetting that if I can fly, I'm a robot. Fucking... We can jump through time. There's something about space travel to Mars, a red moon. Plenty of other things. Fi had barely finished speaking before she took off for the magenta door. Hey, weren't you coming to the infirmary with me?
Changed my mind. You can tell me about Quark later.
Who went through the magenta door? Shite. But anyway, talking about the facility, it totally feels like it could be one of those quarantine places, like where people have like, they've all moved in there to live, to be safe from the outside world, because like it's all sheltered, it's like, it's sustainable, they have food and stuff, they have like the infirmary so they can stay healthy, they've got all of the space to sleep and like the garden, everything. I don't know, it feels like, and like it's not an outdoor garden, it's a pretend garden, which makes sense in the situation. And with that, she was gone. I'm not sure who she's following. She was gone. Man. I let out a long, tired sigh and started off toward the infirmary. How's he doing?
He seems to be stable, as far as I can tell.
We could totally tell Luna about the cure that Dio's got. She wouldn't tell anyone. But also, I can't look in my... I don't think I can look in my archive right now, but I'm fairly sure, right? We're going to be able to duplicate it with that machine, right? Surely? I don't know.
Still sleeping.
I see. Mind if I have a look?
Please, go ahead.
I made my way around the partition to the side of Quark's bed. The journal and the thing Fi and I had talked about would definitely need to be addressed. But for the moment, the AB game was what I needed to concentrate on. Lives were at stake. Mine. And Quark's. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide. If the journal was telling the truth, then as soon as the anesthetic wore off, Quark would go insane again. What if we weren't able to restrain him a second time? What if he managed to kill himself before we got to him? Or perhaps he'd just get out of the infirmary and go hide somewhere. On the other hand, it wasn't like we could keep anesthetizing him forever. There was only one way to save Quark, and that was with the Accelavir. Unfortunately, Dio had stolen it. If we wanted to get it back, Clover and I would have to vote ally. But if I did, and there was an excellent chance I would end up dead. I don't think we're going to end up dead, I don't. And I think if we did, Clover would then tell everyone. question was then, what to do? Sacrifice myself to save Quark? Or keep quiet about the danger he was in to save myself? Or just not keep quiet and tell everyone? And then ambush Dio? It was so faint I almost didn't hear it.
Grandpa.
That's fucking terrifying.
Grandpa.
He's waking up. He shifted a little, then fell silent again. It was enough though. What on earth had I been thinking? How could I have even considered letting a child die in my place? Suddenly my cheeks felt hot with embarrassment and disgust. That I had considered letting Quark die even for a minute was pathetic. There was only one choice. There had only ever been one choice. No way was I gonna leave Quark to die. My hands tightened into fists as I looked down at him. Any uncertainty I'd felt before was gone. I knew what I had to do.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
It's time.
All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
Looks like it's almost time.
If there's one thing that's been consistent is that everyone is kind of banded together to protect Quark. I guess except for Dio. But I think there's more to it. I really do.
You two should head back.
What about you?
Not going. I'm worried about Quark.
But you're a solo. If you don't vote...
I'll automatically ally. I know.
Who is he against?
I heard the voice on the intercom just like you.
Alice and Kay, maybe. Yeah, what are you gonna do if Kay and Alice vote betray?
Nothing, I suppose. Just means I lost that round. I'd just be voting ally anyway. You know who my opponents are, right?
Oh, okay, so... Oh my god. So if they betray him, Kay gets 9. He couldn't betray anyway because he would kill Alice. That's fine.
Alice only has 1 BP left. If I pick betray and they chose ally, I'd kill her. I'm not so desperate to escape that I'm gonna kill someone for it.
Okay.
And even if I was, I can't leave Quark behind. You see? Doesn't matter if I go into the AB room or not.
Okay.
My vote's the same either way.
Fair. Tenmyoji's mind was made up. Trying to persuade him to leave would have been pointless. Alright. Take care of Quark.
Of course. You worry about yourself.
Yeah, I am a little bit. Let's go.
Okay.
Luna and I headed out of the infirmary, leaving Tenmyoji and Quark behind. When we got to the warehouse, we found everyone else waiting for us. Well, not quite everyone. One other person was missing. Hey, where's Dio? He's already in the room, right?
Take a look at the doors.
Yeah. They're all closed. When we came in here before, the one on the far right was open.
And that would mean...
That he went in, I guess.
Exactly.
That bastard. He'd probably been worried I might try and take the Accelavir from him by force, so he'd hidden himself in the AB room. What a coward. I made my mind up. I made up my mind to choose ally no matter what, but a part of me had still considered trying to jump Dio if he dropped his guard. Yep. Now he'd made sure I wouldn't get a chance to try.
Where's Tenmyoji?
Oh,
Luna explained Tenmyoji's choice.
I see. Well, I guess that means I don't have to worry about him picking Betray.
right. What will you guys be choosing then?
Ally, of course.
Because my BP is 6, I assume.
Yes. As long as Tenmyoji votes Ally, I can't choose Betray. If I do, K's BP will go up to 9.
But what if he forces you?
You needn't worry. I would never do something so crass.
Really?
Of course.
Then you don't need to go in there.
Excuse me?
Alice can vote by herself. Then we don't have anything to worry about, right?
How are we suddenly trusting Alice over anything else?
Well, I apologize, but I'm afraid I can't agree to that.
Why not?
I just can't. Shall we go, Alice?
Maybe he is a robot. And he's like got instructions. Like that thing that she said before, like you can't endanger people's lives and stuff like that.
Hey, hold on a minute there.
Kay continued briskly towards the AB room as if he simply hadn't heard Phi. Alice scrambled to follow him, perhaps concerned that he would lock her out. Only seconds later, they disappeared into the third room from the left.
I hope Alice is going to be okay.
I think they will be fine.
Well, there's nothing we can do now.
I feel like Kay always goes with what the other person thinks. Like, every time he was paired with Clover, they kept betraying people, but I feel like that was Clover's choice.
If Kay told the truth, she'll be fine.
And we'll soon find out.
5 minutes remain
But
until Ambidex game polling closes.
what was the idea about him saying that he can't stay behind? That was something.
Time's almost up. Come on, Luna.
Right.
They headed off at a trot toward the second room from the right and were soon out of sight inside. Alright, Clover, time for us to go.
Oh, okay. Right behind you.
I guess we're going to have a little chat. I sighed to myself and headed toward the leftmost AB room. I mean, I guess it's up to me, really. I'm the one that's going to die if we get screwed over. Uh-oh. We're not even talking. We're just... Wait, we might. That just closes the door, right? Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
I don't really have a choice, do I? There's only one thing I can do. I'm gonna choose Ally.
You can't! You'll die!
Well, you never know. Just because Dio told us to Ally doesn't necessarily mean he's gonna pick Betray.
Do you really think a jerk like that is going to choose Ally if he doesn't have to?
I think he will. I don't know.
No. No way. He's got 6 BP right now.
Oh. Oh, that's not really something that I considered here.
If he picks Betray, then he'll have 9 points.
Oh, shit. Well, what about you?
Huh?
You've got 6 BP too, right? If Dio chose Ally, and we chose Betray, then you'd have 9 BP.
What? No, that's not... I didn't even realize that until you brought it up. I'm just trying to tell you that Dio is going to pick Betray. That's who he is.
And I'm trying to tell you that I've made up my mind. That's who I am. The only choice is ally. It's the only chance we have to get that medicine back.
That's why Dio called you an IG. What makes you think he's going to give us the Excelavir, even if you do what he says?
Because we need to tell people. We can kick his ass. Maybe he won't, but I can guarantee that he'll destroy it if I pick Betray. That's who he is.
Fine. If you aren't gonna listen to me, then I guess I don't have a choice. I'll be pushing that button.
No. Huh? No. Before I realized what was going on, Clover ducked past me and ran towards the voting machine. No! Grab her! Stop! I snatched her by the arm and hauled backward with all my strength.
Ow!
Sorry. Guess that was a little too hard, huh?
Hey! What do you think you're doing? You can't just throw a girl around like that.
I mean, I'm trying to save lives. Well, you're the one who tried to trick me.
But I...
Don't use the girl card.
You're gonna die! Dio's going to kill you! You can't do this!
Do you think he really is?
I don't want you to die.
Why does she suddenly not want me to die? She's gonna kill me in another ending.
10 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Clover, stay down. Thanks. It means a lot to hear you say that, Clover. I gave her my best reassuring nod and then turned to face the polling machine.
3, 2, 1.
Alright. This is not how I expected this to go at all. And I was so convinced that I was going to be betraying. But I really want to pick ally because I've got a feeling that he'll ally as well. If I ally, do you think? Am I being really, really naive here? They've gone very hard on the he's gonna betray you. I think he might ally. He's got a reason. Oh my god. I might have just killed us.
Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed.
If he betrays, he's gonna leave.
Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation.
We won't even get the friggin' medicine anyway if he just leaves.
Ambidex gates now opening.